walk. God is willing to revive. God is willing to uplift. God is willing to grant favor to his people. God is willing to settle his church once again. God is willing to rebuild what the enemy has destroyed once again. But you must let him. You must allow him to do the work. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Everlasting Lamb that sitteth upon the throne of glory, thine is thy power, thine is thy glory and might. We come to thee, blessed Lamb that sitteth upon the throne of glory, and we are asking you, righteous God, that I will do unusual work in our life at the course of this program in the name of Jesus Christ. Lord, I pray thee, let there be reconnection, let there be restoration, let there be empowerment, increasement of oil, increasement of your glory, increasement of your fire, increasement of your strength upon your church this day in the name of Jesus Christ. Lord, I pray thee, eternal precious Father, a divine touch of healing, touch of restoration, touch of revival, touch of sanctification, touch of upliftment in the name of Jesus Christ. Let your glory be revealed in your people. Manifestation of your power, manifestation of your glory, manifestation of your healing in the name of Jesus Christ. We have come to seek thee, the God that answered prayer. Lord, I pray thee, let your spirit operate, let your spirit move, let your spirit work, let there be divine sanitization. Sanitize your church, recover the lordship in the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you, blessed Lamb. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Let's open our Bible to the book of Acts of Apostles, chapter 12. Acts of Apostles, chapter 12. Acts of Apostles, chapter 12, I'm reading from verse 1. Now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church, and he killed James, the brother of John, with a sword. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. Verse 4. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quotations of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. 5. Peter therefore was kept in the prison, but prayers was made without ceasing out of the church unto God for him. 6. And when Aaron would have brought him forth, the same night Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers bound with 2 chains, and the keepers before the door kept the prison. And behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and the light shined in the prison, and he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, Arise up quickly. And his chains fell off from his hands. And the angel said unto him, Gird thyself and be on thy sandals. And so he did, and he said unto him, Cast thy garment about thee, and follow me. And he went out and followed him, and knew not that it was true, which was done by the angel, but not if he saw a vision. When they were past the first and the second one, they came unto the iron gate that leadeth unto the city, which opened to them of his own accord. And they went out and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from him. Praise ye the Lord. I I want you to understand why the church is suffering what they are suffering is because the church have lost the strength of prayer. Look up. The church have lost the oil that enabled them to go on their knee and pray until something happened. The present day church are too weak, are too tired, and are too lazy to pray. As a result of the inability to pray, many things is going on. A lot of havoc is being done to the church. The church are not losing battle that they're supposed to win at easy. The church is now being fronted by the enemy when they are supposed to terrify their very enemy. As a result of that, the church grow in number. The church grow in property, but we don't grow in spirit. We have men and women going to church, pastors, prophet, prophetess, general overseers. They are in the church, but spiritually they are sick. Spiritually they are dying. Spiritually they have lost their rights and they have lost their power. Why? Because they fail to understand the strength generated at the altar of prayer. When you lack the ability to pray, when you lack the strength to go to God in prayer to get matters settled, many matters troubling the people today supposed to be settled at the altar of prayer, but it's not settled because they lack the appetite to kneel and pray until they get their answers. So in this place, we are told that Herod, the king, stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church. Many things is vexing the church. The government is against the church. The force of darkness is against the church. The principalities, the powers, the rulers of darkness, the forces, left, right, and center. The church is battling and fighting with many things. Yet, they fail to understand for the battle to be won over their enemy, it takes men and women that are able to pray. Men and women that recognize the importance of prayer. So Herod vexed certain of the church and took James, the brother of John, with a sword and killed him. Why was he able to kill him and nothing happened? Because nothing was done by the church. Because we failed, the men, the women of his time failed to realize that there is answer when we go to God in prayer. They failed to realize solutions are gotten at the altar of prayer. The house of God is full of men and women full of complaint, men and women full of murmuring, men and women full of one grudges, one bitterness, because their prayers are not being answered, because they are not settled. And as a result of that, they are into sin. They live in sin from day to day because the prayer was not answered. They are bitter. Because solution to it is not being given. Some are offended with the pastor, some are offended with the general overseer, some are offended with the prayer leader because their expectation is not being given to them. Because what they need, what they expect from the church is not being given to them. As a result of that, they are dismayed. As a result of that, they are sad. They have lost the joy of serving God. So when I ask you, where is the miracle we are told of? Where are the testimony we are told of? Where are the restoration we are told of? The signs and wonders we have read in the Bible, why is it not manifesting in our day? Why is it not manifesting in our time? Why is it we walk for God? Why is it that we have been serving God and there is nothing to show for it? Check it. Are you sure that you are not neglecting that which you are not supposed to neglect? Are you sure you are not abandoning that which you are not supposed to abandon? Because if you neglect what you're supposed to neglect, if you miss any form you will get the wrong answer. That's it. Every problem has its formula. Matters are supposed to be settled at the altar of prayer. If you are settling it through any other means, you will definitely miss it. And many are missing today because they fail to tackle issues the way they're supposed to tackle issue at the altar of prayer. So, he strike his hand and captured Peter, and Peter was kept in prison waiting for the Easter program to end for him to execute him. But the church became wise. The church realized their mistake. The church understood the importance of prayer. They said, no, we cannot keep quiet. They said, no, we must do something. Something must be done. Something must be done. We must settle this matter with God. We must return to God. We must pray. They saw they need to pray. And they returned into their secret altar of prayer. They returned into their secret altar of intercession. They interceded on behalf of Peter. God, Peter must not die. God, Peter must be preserved. They reminded God what he has stated concerning Peter. They reminded Christ, you told us that Peter is the rock, and on him you will build your church, and the gate of hell shall not prevail. That is why Peter must not be killed. That is why the dead that killed John the Baptist should not kill Peter. And they prayed, heaven have been waiting for you to call. He said, call on me and I will answer and show me great and mighty things that thou knowest not. But when you fail to call, definitely you can't experience great and mighty things. He said, they that seek me shall find me. How do you seek him? At the altar of prayer. Learn to settle your matters at the altar of prayer. So when they prayed and they disturbed heaven, heaven will be waiting, God will be waiting for you to disturb him with your problem. What did Jesus Christ say? Jesus Christ said there was a land, and in that land there was a king that no God, neither was he regard man. And a widow in that village was disturbing the king. Oh king, I am a widow, avenge me of my adversary, attend in my matter. And the king will not hearken, and the king will not listen, and the king keep on chasing the woman away. And the woman keep coming, troubling the king. And the day came, the king said, no, enough is enough. I can't take this anymore. It's time for me to attend to this woman. It's time for me. What does she want? What is your problem, woman? Tell me what is wrong. What do you want me to do for you? Which area do you want me to attend to you? And the woman said, I need you to attend to me. My husband is dead. And the people want to take what I have. And the people want to render me hopeless. And the people want to useless me. They are planning to render me wretched. And the king said, okay, though I fear no God, neither do I regard man. But I will avenge you. I will treat your matter. I will find out who knows the thing that trouble you. And the king avenged her. And the man had her rest. And the king had his rest. And Jesus Christ now moved forward to the disciples and said, listen, look at what the unjust judge, unjust king have said. Shouldn't God avenge those that troubled him concerning their matter, concerning their needs, concerning what they are passing through? Shouldn't he avenge them? He said, I tell you, he will speedily avenge them. Even though he seems he's not attending to you right now, but definitely he said he will definitely avenge. So Peter was brought out of the prison. Why? The church rose up and prayed. The church recognized the strength in prayer. They recognized that whatsoever they bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and bind the loose on earth shall be loose in heaven. They recognized the power, the strength in decree, the unction, the power that God has put upon them. He said, I give you power to trample upon serpents and scorpions. They recognize. Until you recognize what God has given to you, you will not be able to use it. Until you recognize what you have, you will always beg for your enemies. You will always run from the enemy that should have run from you on their own without even you commanding them to run. Why you are passing through what you are passing through, it's not because God is not able to answer. And some of the things you are suffering, it may not be because of sin, but it may be because you have lacked the courage, you have lacked the ability to pray yourself out. Learn to trouble him until the answer is gotten. Learn to trouble him until the race is divided. Learn to trouble him until mountain melts. Peter escaped death. Why? The power of prayer. Peter escaped destruction. Why? The church prayed. Earnestly, they entreated God. Why should we pray? Number one, we are to pray because the whole world lieth in wickedness. So if you don't know, Pastor, why do I pray? Pastor, why do I pray? Because the world is full of wickedness. Wickedness in the day, wickedness in the noon, and wickedness in the night. That is why you have to pray. Because there are invisible creatures that are not asleep. There are men and women armed to vex their fellow human beings with all forms of wickedness. That is why you should pray. Because you are not wrestling against flesh, but against spiritual wickedness in the high places. That's why. Number two, why should I pray? Is prayer necessary? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Prayer is necessary. You cannot do without prayer. Satan is still on earth. And as for the fire that Satan is still on earth, in the book of Revelation chapter 12, he said, woe to the inhabitants of the earth. The earth is still full of woe. Why? The devil, the accusers of the brethren, is being cast down, having a great wrath, angry with the saints who stand there before their God to accuse them day and night. That's why we should pray. And when you don't pray, remember, some people are praying against you. When you don't fight them, remember, some people say, well, we don't pray against the enemy, we don't pray against the devil, we don't pray against this, my dear. Whether you pray against them or you don't pray against them, they will fight you. Whether you fight them, they will fight you. If you're afraid of fighting them, they will fight you. So instead of whether you fight them, you will die. Whether you don't fight them, you will die. Then why don't you take the chances? Fight them with the word of God. Fight them at the altar of prayer. Fight them with the name of Jesus Christ. Number three, prayer is the foundation of Christianity. Prayer is the foundation of Christianity. Christianity came to be after the people have gathered and prayed for this, calling upon God in the upper room. They prayed and prayed and prayed, and the Spirit of God is sent down. It takes prayer to return the Holy Spirit. It takes prayer to be filled with the Holy Spirit. So that's why you should pray. That's why pray. The way you cherish water, the way doctors recommend water, they say take water in the morning, take water in the afternoon. Constant take water for your flesh to be refreshed. You need prayer to be refreshed spiritually. So then number four, prayer strengthens and keeps the believers from day-to-day battle. Prayer strengthens and keeps believers to fight day-to-day battle and to win the victory involved. You need prayer to be strengthened. Without prayer, you'll be defeated. Without prayer, you'll be weak. You need prayer. Because the enemy, the adversary of the church, is running like a lion, seeking whom he may devour. Last part before we rise to pray. When the church don't pray, what happened to the church that doesn't pray? Listen to me. Any church that loses the strength of prayer will automatically die spiritually. And that's why we have many dead believers. believers. Lack of prayer brings spiritual death, spiritual blindness, spiritual deafness, spiritual incapacitated, spiritual darkness. When you don't pray, what happened? We start dying. Now, not only are we dying spiritual, we are dying physical and spiritual. Why the force of darkness is fighting the church left, right, and center, and they are winning every area they fight there? It seems they are winning. It seems as if God is no longer on the throne. It seems as if God is no longer in charge. It's because we lack men and women that are prayer warriors. We lack prayer warriors. Everyone wants to be known. Those who are to stay in the engine room and pray till something happens, they lack the strength. Everybody's busy chasing shadow. Yeah, they want to grow. Yeah, they want to be alive spiritually. No! We take those who spend time at the altar of prayer to flourish spiritually. What happens when we don't pray? Because the church have lost the ability to gather, to pray, to lift their voice on a common purpose, to seek the face of God. That's why Boko Haram are messing us up. That's why many enemies are rising, fighting, massacring the church, setting the church building on fire, yet God is not doing anything because we have failed. We have lost our strength. We have lost our value. We are like the salt that Jesus Christ was talking about in the book of Matthew. He said, if a salt lose its savor, if a salt lose its taste, what then is it unuseful? It becomes useless and will be powdered, and men will trample upon it. That's why they are trampling upon the church. That's why every stone they throw at the church hits the church. That's why every program they make against the church is being carried out. No interference from heaven. Why? We lack men and women. We are in the days people love enjoyment and to pray. We are in the days people can spend hours in their phones, hours in the internet, they cannot spend hours in the prayer room. People can spend hours talking, watching movies, reading newspapers, magazines, and what have you. Things that will only promote things. People can spend time reading their textbook, but we hardly spend time reading the Word of God. But we hardly spend time praying. That's why internet have taken the altar of the prayer. Magazines, newspapers have taken the altar of prayer. Facebook have taken the altar of the prayer. Instagram have taken the altar of the prayer. And that's why we have 10 believers, 10 Christians, 10 ministers. People now depend for them to preach. They must watch one preacher or the other in order to drop out message from what the preacher has preached. Because we fail to stay at the knee and generate what we need, and generate what it takes to feed our people, and generate the fire we need them. People are running head and scatter. We're going for the man and the man that have a great anointing, and they are messed up in their numbers. Why? They are looking for the man with great fire, and because of that they are consumed, and because of that they are being duped. And one thing you must understand, as a result of the ability to pray, we start losing our strength. The strength to overcome sin is gone. That's why we have compromise in the highest order. This is the things the church of the present day is suffering. The solution is not in the prophets. The solution is not in your pastor. The solution is in you returning back to God, resuming at the altar of your prayer. Until you pray, nothing happens. Until you rise and pray, you keep losing battle. Until you rise and remind God what needed to happen. He said, produce your strong reasons. Tell us what happened before and what you want. Tell us. but we lack the courage. We are too in haste to go to God in prayer. We are too in haste to run out. But we never in haste when we go to office. We are never in haste when we go to a place of business. But when we come to the presence of God, so eager to depart, half of us is in His presence, and half of us is in the place where we are to negotiate business, one transaction or another. Yet, in all our inputs, if we can put quarter of what we put in the things that promote the flesh, if we can put quarter of those things on the things that promote the spirit man, I'm telling you, we will be better, we will excel, we will flourish until you rise to pray. You keep begging your enemies. Until you rise to pray, your enemy will keep chasing you. Until you rise to pray, masquerade will keep on mesmerizing you in the dream. Until you rise to pray, the chain will remain there. The church prayed, and the chain of Peter was broken. Until you rise to pray, the enemy will keep on smiling with the idle cry. Shall we rise up? Get to pray. God, revive the altar of my prayer. Restore the oil of prayer in me back like in the days of old. Jesus Christ started with prayer and he ended up with prayer. Even at the cross, he was still praying. God, revive the oil of my prayer. Shall we lift our voices as we pray? I can't remember this. We have so many lukewarms. We have so many blind believers. We have so many warriors that are in prison. So many warriors that are begging their enemy because they have lost what it takes to win the battle of God. God restore me. Rekindle your fire back to me. Rekindle your unction. God, do something in my life. Reconnect me to the altar of my prayer. Refill me back everything that I have lost. Those things that was enabling me to pray, Lord, restore them back to me. Restore them in your influence. Restore them in your compassion. Restore them in your love. Restore them, Lord. Revive me again. Revive me again. Refill me back. I am too empty for the enemy. I am too empty. That's why the enemies are conquering me. I am too empty. That's why the enemy are rubbishing me. I am too empty. Pray, tell the Lord. Release the oil of prayer fresh on me. Men ought to pray and not to faint. There is time to pray to God. Precious Father, we come before you, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. We have lost so many battles in the hands of the enemy because we lost what it takes to fight them. Because we lost the wisdom to overcome them. Because we lost the tricks to defeat them. I pray for the church, dear Lord, are sitting upon the throne of glory. Let the strength of prayer be regained. Let the fire of prayer be regained. Let the oil of prayer be regained. The lost unction, the lost glory. Lord, I pray the eternal pressure, Father, arise in your influence in God, the Father, God, the Son, and God, the Spirit, and revive it, and rebuild it, and recharge it, your sons, your daughters, Lord, your own glory, in the name of Jesus Christ. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. You are going to pray, God. Everything making me too weak at the altar of prayer, I'll put them out of my life. Open your mouth and pray. Everything making me too weak. Some of you, when you rise to pray, you begin to sleep. Some of you are standing to pray, you are sleeping. Some of you are sitting to pray, you are sleeping. No, something is wrong. An enemy has sought something in you. An enemy have carried out work on you. It's time to pray. God, take those things away. Those things making me to lose the joy of prayer. Those things making me not to enjoy prayer anymore. Lord, I don't want them. I don't want them. of years anger and uproot everything they have eaten, everything they have drunk, everything making them lukewarm, the seed of lukewarmness, the seed of lukewarmness, the seed of spiritual blindness. I set them ablaze. I set them ablaze. Everything that's swallowed in the drain, everything that's eaten in the drain, every pollution, every error, making you unable to pray, making you unable to stand out in the gap for your family, making you unable to stand in the gap for your children. Let the fire of the Lord move against them. Imakate mosini kuprani mahulia. Ayate mosini. Mayetenu kuprani mahulia. Ayate kuja moskitele kuprani mahulia. Let the Lord restore the fire fresh. Let the Lord restore the joy fresh. Let the Lord restore the oil fresh. Let the Lord restore the grace fresh. Let the Lord restore. Ayinamo mosini kuprani mahulia. Ayate mosini kuprani mahulia. Yeke mosini. Makete mosante musia. Uyamu kudemo. Mayete mosini kuprani. The Lord is the Spirit. Where the Spirit of God is, there is liberty, there is deliverance, there is visitation, there is recovery. Recover the strength of prayer. Thank you, blessed Redeemer. We shall call upon the name of the Lord and we shall be saved. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. You are going to pray, God. Everything I have lost because of my weakness in prayer, everything I have lost because of my lukewarmness, God, bestow him afresh 70-fold. Open your mouth and pray. Everything I've lost, whatever you have lost, every privilege, the right of sonship, the right of power that you have lost to the enemy, that you have lost to your adversary, this is the time to begin. This is the time to have the back. You can get it back. The power of the Lord is here. The action of the Lord is here. The Spirit of God is here to walk in your life, to revive, to restore, to energize, to redeem everything that goes to the enemy. The fountain of life. The fountain of life is flowing. The ocean of the Lord is flowing. The ocean of the Lord is flowing.